check out our starting lineups. And guys, what are we going to be looking for in this one from Iman Shumpert?
Well, Shumpert's one of the best athletes in the league, and that's saying something. These are the best athletes in the world out here, Kevin. But at 6'5" and 220, he's got the strength and quickness to really be an elite defender.
Yeah, strength and quickness for sure. You see that in his steals number, Steve. The offense is still a work in progress, certainly, but he is already a very, very good perimeter defender. Looking at the last game for the Houston Rockets, it was a win against Orlando.
And there's no question what the overriding factor was in that game, Clark. It was the big edge they had on the glass.
Well, the level of energy they had in the win, Steve, was what impressed me. I mean, it was lacking on the other side, and it really showed through the rebounding numbers. Well, for Andrea Bargnani, only 35 games played last season, guys. Injuries and inconsistency have really plagued the former #1 overall pick of the 2006 draft.
Offensive rebound. Jones, the pass to Harden, and a missed layup. The Knicks have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. And Doris Burke spoke with Mike Woodson. Doris?
Well, I asked him what strategy they were going to use at the offensive end, and he told me that they did not want to have to rely on their perimeter game. Instead, he plans to exploit what he described as a mismatch on the interior, saying, quote, "We have the talent inside to make things very difficult on them. We're going to use it." Kevin?
Thanks a lot, Doris. Going back to Bargnani, Steve, how much do you think the pressure of living up to the #1 pick and not being labeled a bust weighs on him, from season to season, game to game?
Well, at this stage, I think that stuff should be in the past. It's all about just focusing on getting better. He's been in the league for 7 seasons. We know he can pick and pop and be a space foreman. The challenge for him is to round out his game and be better on the boards and defensively.
Guys, it was no secret that last season the Knicks were really a perimeter-oriented team. They had some solid inside players, but basically those inside guys were there to set screens and defend and rebound. It was up to Melo and the other perimeter guys to carry the offense.
Now, here is Harden. He had a 27-point outing in their last game against Orlando. Outside Felton. Smith right side. New York moving it around. And that one's good, Shumpert. Well, Clark, back what you said last year about the Knicks. Last in points in the paint, only about a third of their points inside. Very little around the basket, Steve. It became an issue at times.
Well, it was an interesting group, Kevin. So many shooters. But Carmelo really represented their only low post threat. Even Tyson Chandler, his baskets were mostly offensive putbacks. So it was almost small ball all season long, but it was very interesting to watch.
From deep, Brooks. And it's out of bounds. The Knicks will take it the other way. Now we get a chance to check out the standings out east already. We are in December. Look at Indiana. And, of course, there's the Rockets. 3.5 back. And there's the foul. It'll go on Aaron Brooks. That is his first foul of the game.
Second team foul.
Here's Anthony. We saw him with 19 points his last outing. Changes up. Out of bounds. Houston takes possession. And the Rockets making a change here. Rockets trail by 7. And Beverly kicks to Harden. And the rejection by Smith.
He hasn't been able to make anything this quarter.
And Anthony with the basket on the assist by Smith. Anthony's got 5 points so far.
He's got so much junk in his trunk. He'll find a way to hurt you.
And it's out of bounds to the Rockets as Houston retains possession. And it's the Rockets with the ball. Beverly dishes to Harden. Drills the three-pointer.
I like the offensive awareness to exploit that lack of coverage on that play.
For the New York Knicks, they come into this one following a loss to Boston.
Yeah, they really struggled to put points on the board throughout that game, guys. In terms of their offense, nothing seemed to go right.
And once they started spiraling downward, there was no getting out of it, Steve. Their scoring just went dry.
Gets it to go.
Oh, the rapid-fire threes coming from everywhere.
I thought it might be a little imprudent to try to get those points right back, but it worked.
Garcia against Shumpert. The three from Anthony. And again, New York with the triple.
Boy, I tell you what, he loves getting looks like that from the three-point line. No one near him. That's a warm-up jumper for him.
Beverly, the pass to Harden. Second chance shot. Howard misses.
Had a pretty good look at the basket, but defensively they did a nice job rotating, forcing the miss.
Here's Smith, and it's thrown down hard with both hands. He's checked in for Raymond Felton. Here's an opportunity for us now to focus on some small forwards who play anything but small. The leading shot blockers at the three spot. You look at Garcia, an intimidating defender, third in the league.
Just superb athletic defenders right there, all of them, and aggressive too. They challenge every shot.
You'd really love to see every player devote the kind of energy to their defense that this group of small forwards does.
Smith for three.
And for Dwight Howard last season, no doubt injuries held him back. But I've got to give him credit. I mean, he still led the league in rebounding with over 12 a game. Remarkable.
It's Anthony with the drive. Here's the feed to Prigioni. Pass to Shumpert. Misses the three. Rockets trail by 11. And for Howard, averages of 17 and 12. Not bad at the center position.
Yeah, but we're used to seeing him get kind of, 23 and 14. So, Dwight has worked hard to try to get back to 100%. When he's right, he is the best center in the NBA, but when he's right is the key phrase there.
Smith kicks to Shumpert. It's good, the assist that time from Smith. Smith's got 3 assists in the game.
I couldn't have dreamt of a much better start than what they've had here today.
Everything's worked, especially offensively, and what a lead they have already to show for it.
It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock in game. Blocked.
In building this lead, they've been excellent at not allowing any good second chances.
Outside Anthony. Back to Smith. New York moving it around. Now here's Shumpert, defended by Beverly. Down to 5 on the shot clock. The three from Anthony. That's good. Anthony's got 11 points.
And that's what's built them this early lead. Deadly shooting from behind the arc.
Yeah, the D better start getting out there on them, Steve, and soon.
And as we conclude the first quarter, a one-sided game so far. Knicks lead by 14. Stay with us as we get set to bring you the second quarter right after this. Well, not exactly a close game so far, but as the second quarter starts here, plenty of time for a comeback. And a closer look here at the hustle stats for New York.
Well, I think the defensive aggressiveness on display here has caught him off guard, playing airtight defense and coming up with the steal.
Yeah, it sure has. And another area where they've been on point is defending the rim, guys. A lot of blocked shots through the first 2 quarters.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. Taking a look at the Rockets. Terrence Jones is down low with Howard. On either wing, Harden and Parsons. And it's Brooks, and it's the point guard.
Tell you what, you've got to give the Houston Rockets a lot of credit, guys. After losing their franchise players to injury and age back in 09, they've managed to rebuild this team without tanking for lottery picks or going all the way to the bottom of the heap. Very impressive.
Let's check out what Doris Burke has for us.
Guys, dominant centers often take a pounding with intentional fouls. Dwight Howard admits that for a long time, he'd get frustrated when he didn't get the calls from the officials. And from 2010 to 2011, he led the league in technical fouls. The last 2 seasons, he's dialed it down, but he did draw criticism for getting kicked out of a game in the playoffs. He said, "When I allow those petty things to get to me, it affects my teammates and we lose games. I've got to do a better job of keeping my composure, to affect the game and not let the game affect me." Guys, he's made strides, but he's got to continue to put that perspective into action.
Well, Doris, interesting how that mental discipline and training can help sometimes as much as the physical side. Thank you. And for the Rockets, they've been very shrewd acquiring undervalued players, trading for draft picks. Steve, all in the hopes of swinging big trades for superstars.
Well, and then when they acquired James Harden, they finally got a cornerstone player. Now all of a sudden you throw in Dwight Howard, you've got another foundational player. So all these years of tinkering and trading and moving picks and moving players, it's finally paid off, and now he's got the team he was hoping to put together.
The shot by Anthony, no good. Rockets trail by 12. Harden dishes to Brooks. Back to Harden. Taken away by Anthony. And now the Knicks on the break. Another shot. Out to Smith. Back in for Terrence Jones.
And we get a chance to see the numbers for Carmelo Anthony. Third in scoring. And, of course, he's in the top 15 in rebounding, so a very strong presence in the paint.
And, Steve, you mentioned his unbelievable points per game ranking. I mean, this guy is a guy I would call buckets.
And that one's good.
Boy, when you got a big man who can shoot from distance like he can, what a huge bonus that is. And you look at Andrea Bargnani, he's always been able to shoot three-pointers. The biggest thing with him is developing his low post game, accepting contact and being physical, taking advantage of that size inside. Tell you what, he takes a lot of punishment inside. When Howard gets the ball in deep, defenses are looking to foul him hard because of his difficulties at the free throw line.
And he's a devastating finisher when you let him power it up to throw it down. He's a former dunk contest champ, Steve, so you give him a chance to do that, he'll make you part of his highlight reel.
And stolen by Felton. Jumps up. And the jam by J.R. Smith.
Textbook example there of how to use defense to create offense.
Yes, beautiful transition play after the steal all the way to the basket.
Wasted no time going from defense to offense.
It feels like they're starting to pick up the intensity as the game itself starts to get a little more tight and close.
And for Bargnani, developing a back-to-the-basket score mentality. Taken right from the Dirk Nowitzki playbook. Pretty important weapon.
Yeah, and Dirk has said it himself, Kevin. When you're just an outside shooter, teams can really take that away from you. Being able to maximize your size inside, that's the key for Bargnani's development and maturation as a player going forward.
The drive by Brooks. Here's Hasek. Good. Hasek's got his first making a switch here. Maniunas has checked in. Well, small forwards that can rebound the ball, such an asset to any team in the NBA. With now a look at the top rebounding wingmen. Number one, Carmelo Anthony.
Now, there are plenty of above-average rebounders at his position, but he is way above average.
And he utilizes his speed and hustle to beat some of the bigger guys to the spots in the paint, and he's able to corral those rebounds as a result.
These defenders are not putting up much of a fight on the interior. It's been embarrassing. That's 10 consecutive points allowed in the lane.
And that's not the kind of streak you want to have if you're playing defense. Well, after struggling in the first quarter, he's come alive here in the second. Well, it certainly had the makings of a great story. Harden versus his old team, the Rockets coming back with a big Game 5 win. If they could get Game 6, they'd be able to force that final seventh game and maybe pull off the upset, but it wasn't meant to be.
Smith, no good.
And he continues to search for his rhythm. It's eluded him to this point.
From the sideline, let's catch up with Doris Burke.
Gentlemen, for the Houston Rockets, a remarkable rebuild process since 2009. They remained around a 500 team, trading for draft picks and young prospects, preserving cap space, and acquiring the elite talents of James Harden and Dwight Howard. They've become, once again, a contender in the West. Kevin, this is a young team poised to make some real noise.
The story of the offseason, no question. Thank you, Doris. Felton kicks to Smith. Anthony. Yes, and it's Smith with the assist that time. And that's 17 points for Carmelo Anthony. Well, going back to the Rockets in the postseason, a lot of people had them picked to get steamrolled. But, Steve, they put up a solid fight and really turned some heads with how they played.
Well, the easy answer was because of the Westbrook injury. That's how Houston was able to really take Oklahoma City deep into that series. But I think there's more to it than that. The Rockets have tremendous offensive firepower. I think they're gaining momentum as a franchise. And heading into this year, I think they're one of the scariest teams in the conference. Oh, man, he goes old school on us with the finger roll.
Harden the pass to Garcia. Off target with his three. The Knicks leading by 18. Outside jumper. Out to Smith. It's Carmelo Anthony on the wing. Connects from three-point range. Anthony's got 9 points in the quarter. It's Harden with the drive. And it's good.
Well, he's so good at recognizing where the openings are and getting the ball to the rim.
And it's out of bounds to New York. They'll retain possession.
Take a risk with those long passes. They're lucky the D couldn't collect it.
Just 3 on the clock. Can't get it to go.
That's a shot he's got to hit. You don't get too many better looks.
And through the first half, a pretty lopsided affair. New York ahead, up 19. The Sprint halftime show with Damon Bruce is coming up next. Then it'll be on to the third quarter. We'll see you then. Well, it's been a one-sided affair so far through the first 2 quarters, but there's plenty of time to mount a comeback. Carmelo Anthony really has his fingerprints all over this one.
Well, the threes have been falling for him at a ridiculous rate. That first half was just amazing.
And when that's the case here in the second, I think he's just got to keep spraying and splashing.
The guards, Ray Felton and J.R. Smith, Shumpert and Anthony are at the forward slots. And it's Bargnani in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. That's the 5 for New York right now. Felton goes in. Smith outside. A three-pointer off the mark.
You know, on paper, he's not that big, but if you're a coach, you love the versatility Terrence Jones can present defensively because he's got that nice long wingspan that allows him to play bigger than he's listed.
He had a whole lot of space to get that shot.
Yeah, I don't think the defender did a good job there of getting over the top of the screen.
It's rebounded by Houston.
And it is very dangerous to leave him open like that. Lucky break for the defense that he missed it.
And for Terrence Jones, there were questions at Kentucky about his inconsistent motor. But his rookie season, I think, was pretty encouraging.
He showed some signs, Kevin. A solid rebound rate, skill level at that power forward position, the ability to face up and drive. He can shoot it a little bit from the outside. Very intriguing young player.
But they'll get another chance. And Shumpert kicks to Felton. New York moving the ball around. Anthony drives in. Good on the shot.
Yeah, you know, the one thing that Melo has never had a problem with is finding his own shot. And that's such a luxury to have late in games up to the foul line.
And that isn't the end of it there either. I mean, even if you stick with Melo and get a hand in his face, a lot of times it doesn't faze him. You might as well not even bother the way he finishes with defenders in his grill. I mean, he's got excellent concentration shooting the ball.
Here's Jones. It's good, and he drew contact on the shot, so he will go to the line. A three-point play chance here. Caspi is checked in for Houston.
For the New York fans, going to see a Knicks game was an exercise in masochism, but they've turned it around in a big way, and now this is a tough place to play for a road team.
Shumpert, no good. Rockets trail by 17. Harden dishes to Howard. Back to Harden. And it's good. Off through contact. It's the shot. He'll go to the free throw line.
That's his second personal foul.
And Clark, that's what winning's going to do for you. The Knicks had the second best home record in the East last season as they won 31 games here.
Well, you know, Kevin, there's so much mystique here in this building. Everybody loves to play in New York. It's the mecca for basketball in this country. And when NBA players come into New York, they can't wait to play against this Knicks team. And the Knicks, they want to defend their home floor.
And here's Felton from the arc. Out of bounds. Houston takes possession. Here now, the league's highest scoring teams the past 10 games. What a stretch it has been for these guys. The Rockets, number 1.
Yeah, what an impressive run for this club. Everybody seems to be scoring well at the same time. This club is really putting up big numbers.
Brooks. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. That's on Raymond Felton.
Tell you what, it was a big move for Aaron Brooks last year because he was let go from the Kings near the end of February, but was able to work things out and make a return to Houston, the city where he found success early in his career.
And Brooks played in China during the condensed season in 2011, 2012. Aaron kind of got stuck over there for a while, it seemed.
Well, he took a chance, like a few players did, by going over, playing in China, and not being able to get out of his contract until very late in the NBA season. But he's always been a productive player, very quick, kind of an instant offense type guy off the bench.
Harden the pass to Howard. Kicks it out to Harden. And that comes off the assist by Dwight Howard. 21 points for James Harden.
Well, he found the open man on the perimeter and got the ball to him.
Back to Anthony. Pulls it up. Rockets with the rebound. Howard's got 8 rebounds in this game. It's tipped. Outside Anthony. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
And when Melo attacks off the dribble, I think that's when he's really at his best. He's got excellent ball handling skills and footwork for a player of his size. And whether putting the ball in his hands in the pick and roll or just isoing him in that pinch post area, he is very tough to defend when he gets ahead of steam going.
Looking at who's out there now for the Knicks. Kenyon Martin, he's checked in for Bargnani. Hardaway comes in for J.R. Smith. And it's Pablo Prigioni in for Raymond Felton. That's blocked by Caspi. Rockets trail by 13. And for Carmelo, attacking the rim makes a lot of sense. His three-point shot has been streaky over the years, but he looks like he's at least trying, Steve, to diversify his offense.
So I think he needs to attack more often. He can settle for threes. Sometimes he has a tendency to do that, but he's so strong and so quick that I think he's best suited when he really attacks the hole and gets to the foul line.
A different look for New York. Meta World Peace, he's checked in for Anthony. And J.R. Smith subbed in for Iman Shumpert. And Prigioni kicks to Smith. He dishes it to Prigioni. Shot clock at 6. Releases. It's rebounded by Houston. Howard's got rebound number 11 for him here tonight.
What's interesting for me to watch with Mike Woodson as head coach in New York is the exciting floor spacing offense they started.
To that aggressiveness.
Another factor here tonight has been the amount of points they've scored off turnover.
And a new group in for the Knicks. Bargnani is checked in for Martin. Anthony comes in for Meta World Peace. Iman Shumpert's checked in for Hardaway. And it's Felton in for Pablo Prigioni. It's Anthony with the drive. 55 seconds left to play in the third. Felton can't get it to go. Rockets trail by 15. Brooks with it. Now Felton defending. Harden can't hit.
More often than not today, those shots have not dropped for him.
Anthony dishes to Bargnani. That one falls, coming off Anthony's feet. Bargnani's got 7 points in the game. Smith against Harden. Back to Howard. They double-team Howard. Misses from short range.
Yeah, trying to put a little mustard on the hot dog there. That was just convert the shot. Come on.
Anthony, the pass to Shumpert. And he's good on the 3-ball. Shumpert's got 6 here in this quarter.
A large part of what they've been able to do here is centered around his offense.
Harden kicks to Jones. Harden. Offline. And at the end of the third quarter, a huge... And we welcome you back as we get going here in the fourth quarter. The final quarter of play can change everything. The Knicks leading by 20. So on the floor for Houston. On either wing, Harden and Parsons. Terrence Jones is down low with Howard. And it's Brooks in at the 1 spot. And it's out of bounds. The Knicks will take it the other way.
Boy, just a brain cramp, guys. I mean, that should have been the simplest of exchanges.
World Peace on the wing. Hardaway. And it's Hardaway again missing. Brooks with it. Now Felton defending. And he hits it and gets hacked on the play. A 3-point possibility if he can convert the free throw.
It's obvious he's hurting. I mean, he's going to tough it out, though, and continue to contribute. You got to give him credit for that.
Looking at who's out there now for the Knicks. Stoudemire comes in for Shumpert. And it's Pablo Prigioni in for Raymond Felton. He kicks to Prigioni. Excellent D from Caspi.
Really quite surprising to see the huge edge they have in rebounds given what the scoreboard said.
Yeah, it's not typical. I mean, they have been really dominant on the glass.
So New York ends up going with the new group. Here's Shumpert. And again, it's the Knicks missing. Rockets trail by 18. Trying to break that ice-cold streak. And a fast break now for New York. Anthony leading the charge. Shumpert defended by Jones. Smith dishes to Felton. Back to Smith. Stolen by Harden. It's stolen by Iman Shumpert. Smith outside. Good on the triple. And the Knicks lead by 21.
There's been a huge discrepancy between these teams in their effectiveness from the three-point line.
And you really notice it at that end of the floor where they continue to get open looks and knock them down. I'll tell you what I love about him, his ability to finish even while absorbing contact. He is so strong, even with defenders hanging all over him, that he continues to finish at the basket.
And I know he's a fan favorite because he can catch fire immediately at any point in the ball game and just start pouring it in from all over the place. Well, he took that defender head on and threw down the two-hander power jams.
Great power there, guys.
Now, you got to love his determination. Well, as long as the threes keep dropping for him, he'll continue firing away.
And they are dropping for him. What a game he's having from deep.
It's stolen by Smith. And he lobs it up toward the rim.
Beautiful work in the transition game.
That's how to do it. Attack early before the defense can get itself set.
Howard, defended by Bargnani. And it's Howard finishing it off.
Boy, he is such a ridiculous dunker.
High riser, no doubt about it.
Well, we've come to expect plays like that from him. And still, they never get old to watch.
Just under 2.5 minutes gone here in the final quarter. Anthony drives in from about 16. And the Knicks getting another bucket right there.
He should thank the defense for those 2 points, really. Nobody paid him any mind there.
Dishes it to Caspi. Back to Harden. Passes it to Howard. 5 to shoot. Can't get it to go. And New York the other way now. 4 on 3 as they bring it up. Felton the pass to Carmelo. Bargnani inside. He started by Howard. Smith kicks to Shumpert. And the 3 off target. Rockets have gotten 4 of their 6 shots to fall so far here in the fourth. A pretty nice efficiency there. Harden draws the double. Inside. It's stolen by Iman Shumpert. And it's Smith penetrating. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Smith's got 22.
He's flipped the script here in this half, shooting a much higher percentage from the field.
Harden dishes to Caspi. Back to Harden. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Harden's got 14 points here in the second half.
Yeah, and that's his first 3 of the half. There may be more in store.
The 3 from Anthony. The Rockets pull it in.
It's been a tale of 2 halves. Our guys, he was on fire from long range in the first half, but not so much here in the second.
It's Harden with the drive. Here's Howard. Here's Jones. Battles through traffic and lays it in.
Strong rebounding, and he's rewarded with the easy putback.
Felton kicks to Anthony. Lets it go from the wing. Good as the jump shot falls. Anthony's got 4 this quarter.
He's been working some magic out there today, guys. This lead has been largely his making.
And that one's good.
You know, he's showing some kind of a killer instinct this quarter, trying to stretch this lead out.
For Houston, they've gone 6 of 9 on their field goal attempts since the start of the fourth quarter. Howard with a screen on Smith. And the jam by Harden.
Boy, a pick was set at the perfect angle on the floor, and he used it nicely.
Well, that's a play we may see from them a few more times.
Why not? I mean, when it works, you go back to it. Make them stop you. J.R. Smith, last season, sixth man of the year, averaging 18 points per game off the bench for the Knicks. What a fantastic season.
Houston with a big group substitution here. Omer Ashe, he's checked in for Howard. Monte Eunice comes in for Terrence Jones. Francisco Garcia, he's checked in for James Harden. And it's Cannon in for Aaron Brooks. And Garcia kicks to Caspi. Pass to Cannon. Just 5 to shoot. A feather touch on the finger roll. Beautiful. And for J.R. Smith, the New Jersey native, right at home, Clark playing for the Knicks.
And you knew he had the talent to be special. He just had to put it all together. Had a big season. The first player since 90 to come off the bench and score 30 or more in 3 straight games, Kevin. He's simply a bucket maker.
And it's out of bounds to the Rockets as Houston retains possession. At a world peace, he's checked in for New York. Here's Garcia. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
You know, when you get an influx of talent through the draft like the Rockets did prior to last season, the initial reaction is excitement, but then you think about, man, how are we going to get these guys ready to play NBA basketball? And the Rockets did a nice job by taking it easy and bringing them along slowly.
Houston making a switch here. Dwight Howard, he's checked in for Ashe. Terrence Jones comes in for Monte Eunice. Chandler Parsons, he's checked in for Caspi. And it's Brooks in for Cannon.
And the fans loving what's transpired here tonight. A really good victory for these guys.
Sure was. I mean, they did just what they needed to do to keep the visitors from getting any momentum going at all.
No good from Howard.
Great job defending the hoop there.
So important to have good presence defensively inside.
Well, they're not going to get back into this game when they commit frustration fouls like that one.
How about exasperation fouls? I mean, that's what it looked like to me. It's an indication of the kind of game they've been having.
Rockets have gone 8 of 13 from the field since the start of the 4th, sinking the majority of their shots. And Brooks, here we go. Brooks right side. Prioni, and a bit of a battle here for the ball. The official signals a jump ball here. And it's the Rockets with the ball. Jones, the pass to Brooks. High post try, and that one's good. So no problem for New York as they get the win. You know, Clark, every team has a bad night, and these guys might want to watch the tape of this game.